Hey guys, so okay, welcome back to Danganronpa 2, Goodbye, Despair. Things are getting way more intense in case number 5. We're almost out of, like, reputation. Freaking a revelation has come to us that Nagito may not have committed suicide at all, that there's an accomplice, but what if there's more than one? I don't know, let's find out.
Like, does that really matter all that much?
I've already voiced my theory about what actually happened, and it's not good, guys.
I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Ah, you're right! You're totally right! That's totally it!
It's totally not it.
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
I know you're not, Kazuichi, but I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to get hurt anymore by hurting someone else. Everyone's tired. Tired of doubting everyone else. I also feel that way. That's why I just want to rule this as Nagito's suicide. If I do that, nobody here has to get hurt. That's why we're all so convinced. But
that's no good.
Huh?
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us. By calling this Nagito's suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else.
Asshole.
But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us.
You call yourselves hope.
He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hopes."
Exactly, something like that, right?
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh? The power of friendship bursts beyond death, huh? A fiery outcome like this is right out of a teen manga!
It penetrates death's barrier.
Still, that's pretty messed up!
Shut up! You just be quiet!
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right?
Oh, guys, we have to think outside the box here.
Even if we solve this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
Depends how you argue it.
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is? Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
But it's just a possibility.
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing.
Not in this case, Akane. If we don't figure this out properly, we're all going to die.
And we probably just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
You just said it. Yes, there we go. What is this feeling just now? Even though it was brief, it was like a strong flash of light running through the back of my head. Maybe what Akane said just now might be a new clue. From there, I might be able to reach the answer. The way Nagito brought the poison, which means the thing he used as a container was... Oh no, it's a Hangman's Gambit. Oh no. Okay. Fire. Grenade? I don't know. Oh shit. A fire container? No. I'm just gonna take this really slowly because... What the hell? That was hardly fair. I'm gonna say fire grenade. Okay, thankfully this is a lot less hectic. I'd love to speed this up. Trust me, I would, but... no risks. Okay, it is fire grenade. Okay, a little, just a little bit. Never hurt anyone, right? Okay, good.
I got it!
So why was the other one so crazy and hectic? This one was so simple. Jeez.
I see. I got it!
Yes.
Huh?
The fire grenades! Nagito put the poison inside one of the fire grenade canisters and transported it to the warehouse.
Uh-oh. If it was only in one of them, then there is only one killer after all.
He used one of the fire grenade canisters?
Yeah, the container with the poison in it wasn't secretly taken away by someone.
It was left there.
Instead, it was in a container that didn't need to be taken away in the first place.
Oh god. If it was just one person, how the hell are we gonna find out who did it?
As long as he put the poison in the same container he brought to the warehouse, it can be hidden with the other fire grenades we used, so there's no need to dispose of the container later.
That bastard. He totally knew we were gonna throw those fire grenades.
Obviously, he set the fire himself.
Which means, did Nagito exchange the contents of a fire grenade?
Yeah, that has to be it.
I assumed it was all of them, but what if it was just one? That would be even more sinister and freaking... Oh.
When I first discovered those fire grenades, I tried to study them a little bit, but the canister was completely sealed shut by a layer of aluminum underneath the lid.
Is that what that blue seal is then?
You just have to peel off that seal and swap the insides, right?
So it is just one bottle.
That is true, but there was no sign he was even at the break room.
Hold on. Did you say aluminum?
Yes.
Hajime, could it be?
That blue seal!
If so, then there's no mistake. Nagito definitely swapped the contents of one of the fire grenades.
Seriously? That's impossible. Miss Sonia just said so right now.
I don't care what Miss Sonia said, I found evidence.
Sonia's words are proof that the poison was swapped with the contents of a fire grenade.
Exactly, she referenced aluminium, as we say down under.
Huh?
Sonia's words contain a clue that the contents of a fire grenade were swapped with the poison.
I can prove it with this.
Okay, we're building up our trust again, hopefully, slowly. but
Take a
surely.
look. We found this under Nagito's bed when we were investigating his cottage.
Huh? That's just a piece of trash.
It's more than that.
No, that is not just a piece of trash. The seal I saw on that fire grenade matched this. It is the same aluminum.
You found the aluminum seal under Nagito's bed?
There's more. That's not the only thing we found in Nagito's room. We also found a gas mask and gloves under his bed, too.
That's how he got the poison in that container.
Did he use those when he put the poison inside the fire grenade?
That's a dangerous poison after all. He took extreme caution when swapping them.
Just like when I'm doing a logic dive with this much health.
So what's the issue? Nagito put the poison in the grenade canister, brought it with him, breathed it in, and died, right?
No, someone threw that canister.
So in the end, he still fucking committed suicide! Enough already!
Kazuichi,
You're right.
slow down, dude.
If the canister wasn't thrown away, then it just means that there wasn't an accomplice after all.
No, that's the sick twist of this.
See, I told you. The conclusion is still the same. Nagito committed suicide. End of story.
My god, guys!
I admit that there wasn't an accomplice. That was just my misunderstanding.
Chiaki knows, right?
You're right.
In actuality, the truth is even more horrifying.
She knows too.
What did you say?
Hey, what are you planning to say now?
What the hell? Do you still want to keep going?
One of us is a killer. But they didn't mean to.
Is this not settled? There is no denying that Nagito's death was a suicide.
No, it's not.
Chiaki?
I'm sorry, but I just realized it.
Realized what?
We know Nagito used the grenade canister to store the poison. So when was it deployed in the warehouse? When did Nagito breathe in the poison? When I thought along those lines, that's when I realized it.
I know.
The horrifying truth?
Hajime?
It probably happened at the same time.
The moment the fire grenades were brought, and the moment Nagito breathed in the poison were the same? Could that same moment be?
I see.
Are you saying it was when we all threw the fire grenades?
Yeah, I think so.
But how would we know whose was
When we
it?
all threw the grenades to put out the fire in the warehouse,
And how would Monokuma know?
the poison was deployed, and it converted to poison gas and killed Nagito.
If that is true, then the person who brought the poison and spread it was...
Us.
One of us.
One of us.
What the heck?
One of us threw the poison grenade that killed Nagito?
Was unintentional.
Hold on a sec. Then Nagito was...
It would mean he didn't kill himself.
Oh,
What the heck?
God.
You said so yourself! You said Nagito committed suicide!
And we thought about it more, and now we've come to this sick conclusion.
Then who killed Nagito?
You mean, who's the actual killer, right?
I don't know how we're gonna find this out.
Do you know?
Who prepared the poison fire grenade that killed Nagito?
Nagito himself. Huh? The person who prepared the poison fire grenade was...
I see!
It was Nagito, obviously. We just discussed this a few minutes ago.
Then who set the warehouse fire that caused one of us to throw the poisoned grenade?
Again, the same person. The person who set the warehouse fire was...
I see!
That was also Nagito.
Hey, how many times are you gonna ask the same damn
It's
question?
not the same question.
The next question will be my last. Considering all the facts up till now, why did Nagito set the warehouse on fire?
So that someone would kill him. The reason Nagito set the warehouse on fire?
I see!
Don't tell me. He
Freaking would.
set the warehouse on fire just so we'd have to throw the fire grenades?
He set the fire just so we'd put it out? Why'd he do that?
It was a trap.
A trap?
Preparing the poison. Creating a reason for us to throw the poison. It was all a setup by Nagito. It was all a trap to make one of us throw the poison grenade.
Seriously, I'm asking you who threw it.
We don't know.
I don't know. The person who threw it probably didn't know either.
There's no way to easily figure this out anymore.
Huh? Could it be? Was that Nagito's trap?
Yes.
This wasn't an intentional murder. This was a murder that Nagito forced someone to do.
Evil bastard.
And for that reason, he put the fire grenade that he filled with poison with the other grenades.
And he got rid of everything else that we could use to extinguish the fire.
Setting up a murder nobody can solve. That was Nagito's true goal.
We have like... just less than freaking 20% chance of figuring this out. Like a 16% chance.
What the hell?
Nagito did not commit murder. Instead, he manipulated someone else into killing him?
I told you we should have just evacuated the island. Why the hell did we throw those grenades? The sprinklers would have taken care of everything.
To do that, he set a trap to force someone to kill him.
Damn it.
The poison grenade and the fire were traps. That's why the curtain was the fire's origin point. All the fire grenades we threw at the curtain shattered once they fell to the floor.
And the heat would have caused it to evaporate.
Because of that, Nagito, who was laying face up on the floor, was able to breathe in the dense poison. And then...
Hold on! If that's true, you can't say the poison was the cause of death.
Why not?
It might be the poison's fault he let go of the spear, but the actual cause of death could be either one.
Even so, the poison is what caused him to let go of the spear.
That's right! Nagito's killer is the one who made him breathe the poison!
Are you fucking serious?
That's what I want to say, but I can't be too loud right now. It's so late at night.
That was his trap all along.
Motherfucker!
Even the wounds all over his body, it was all to mess with the evidence for what actually happened. His true goal was creating a murder that nobody can solve.
He's the ultimate troll. He's worse than Byakuya ever was messing with Chihiro's body.
He wanted to prove to us that there are mysteries that just can't be solved with educated guesses.
He probably expected that his fake suicide would be found out.
That's good, at least. He had that much faith in us.
After all, a mystery that can be solved is destined to be solved in the end.
So he knew we'd solve the fact that he didn't commit suicide, but he's banking on the fact that we'll never be able to figure out who actually threw the poison that killed him.
However, he also prepared a mystery that couldn't be solved. As you solve mysteries and bolster your hope, a huge mystery comes along and slaps you in your faces.
Can't believe him.
For those of you who believe there are no unsolvable mysteries, that is when you finally taste despair.
That is the ultimate dick move.
Meaning, he used all of the prior class trial verdicts to prepare this trick. Not all mysteries can be solved. Such a devious trick he played on you, as expected of Nagito.
And that's why you're so super excited about this.
That's totally messed up. That's so fucked up.
I know.
It is my fault, because I told you all about the fire grenades.
It's not your fault, Sonia. You couldn't have known. It was your first reaction to go for the fire grenades.
I am so sorry. Please vote me as the killer.
No, it's unacceptable.
That's not the fucking issue here!
It's not Miss Sonia's fault. This is all Nagito's doing.
Exactly. He's the only one we can blame for this.
But what should we do? How can we even figure out who the killer is?
What happens if we all vote for each other and it becomes a tie?
It's impossible.
Impossible?
Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we couldn't make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse.
Oh my god.
However, Monokuma also does not know who the killer is, right?
Yeah, surely he doesn't know.
That's right. There's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras. If Monokuma doesn't know, this trial doesn't count. Isn't that right?
You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever. I know perfectly well what's happening on this island at all times.
I know, you have unlimited power on this island. The cameras don't matter. That's why I thought this was a simulation. But
I know you used the bathroom 3 times yesterday, Sonia. And one of those visits seemed to take a while.
jeez.
Please stop! I will never become queen!
God.
How can you? I'm so jealous. I mean, how can you have such an awful power?
So, of course this trial still counts. Do your very best to guess who the killer is.
No. Oh my god.
Yes, he says. How the hell are we supposed to do that?
Is giving up all we can do?
We're not allowed to give up. We've come this far. There's got to be some way. How? Monomi.
No, it's too early to give up.
Monomi, we need your help. Please.
Is there any way to figure out who the killer is?
Even though it's just a hunch, it's possible that it's probably... There's one way, I think.
Chiaki?
Really?
How?
Hey, is it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time from the beginning?
You want me to do that thing that I always do?
I want to make sure my hunch is correct. Hajime, please.
Okay. Okay. That's right. It doesn't mean the trial is over yet. Even though I don't know who killed Nagito, it should be clear what kind of trap he set. Then I have to do it. Even if it leads to despair. He must have forced it to be someone.
I got it. Let's do this then.
Okay, I don't know where this is going, but let's work it out. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so exciting. Nagito, with all his shopping, gets the poison and grabs one of the fire grenades. He suits up with his gas mask and his gloves, does a little bit of Breaking Bad, pours it in the fire canister, and smiles at his handiwork. He takes it to the break room, shoves it with all the others, and leaves. He meets with us, says, yo, there's a bomb somewhere in this school. All of you gotta go find it. Fuyuhiko actually finds it and leads us all to the plushie factory. Meanwhile, Nagito is finalizing his plan. He sets up the Monokuma panels so that there would be dominoes to light the fire. Sets up his MP3 player to play his wonderful choir music, and then he starts getting to work tying himself up. He leaves the Monokuma plushie on the ground so he can stab his hand into it, ties his legs and his left arm. He sets the spear over the girder or the rafter, and he prepares to stab himself maniacally. And then he slams his hand onto the knife. We come into the warehouse. We set fire to the place by accident because we accidentally knocked those panels. Oh, that's after we witnessed the fake bomb, of course. The panels go forth and knock the lighter. Set fire to the place. We all grab the fire canisters and throw them. One of them was filled with poison. It explodes, vaporizes, poisons Nagito. He's forced to let go of the spear. The spear falls on top of him. The sprinklers come on. We can enter the premises. And look at that. We don't know who the culprit is. Everyone is in gray. Okay, here we go. Let's line up the moon. Let's start with, there's a lot of fire grenades. That'll be here. Cool. The poison from the shattered grenade is dispersed. Here, right? Yep. I'll grab the spear cord with my left hand. That would be way back here. Oh, jeez. I see what you mean by this case. It's so freaking incredible right now. I don't know what's going to happen. Here, he's grabbed. Spear. Cool. Those were all fakes. That's nice to see. Oops, I let go of the cord. That'll be back here. Okay, let's play some music on the MP3 player. Jeez. That'll be all the way back when he's sitting up. This is such a lot. No, that's fake. That's there. The spear's dangling. That's there. So it's gonna be the plushie is ready, which will be here. Cool. Stock 3. Putting the duct tape over my mouth. That will be before he stabs himself like crazy. Throwing one of the fire grenade after the other. That's there. I'll just put this oil lighter here. There. Stock 4. Monokuma's special poison is here. That's in the fridge. I think that's here. That's already done. Video message to tell us to come into the warehouse. Last stock. Come on. We've got to work this out. Chucky seems to have an idea, but what is it? I don't know. Right before switching the poison. Gas mask equipped. That's there. Let's remove the lid. Okay. And then there should be one left. Here. His whole body wasn't tied up. I'll tie the burned rope onto my right hand. There we go.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
Tell me what happened, Hajime.
The person who actually arranged this incident was the victim, Nagito Komaeda. He kept a specific item inside his cottage that he needed for his plan. Monokuma's special poison, which he brought with him from the Octagon. Using the gloves and gas mask that he got from the military base, Nagito swapped the contents of a fire grenade he took from the plushie factory break room with that poison. When he did that, a specific item was left as evidence. The blue aluminum seal on the grenade.
Like the trial isn't even over, and I think this might be my favorite so far.
With that, Nagito finished making the poisoned fire grenade, took it with him to the factory,
and hit it with the rest.
And put it back with the rest of the grenades in the break room. The next morning, Nagito appeared before us and declared that he hid a bomb somewhere. While we were looking for the bomb, that's when Nagito headed over to the goods warehouse. In order to set up a fire, Nagito arranged the Monokuma panels in a line going from the door to the curtain and placed an oil lighter in front of it. From there, Nagito set his insane plan in motion. First, he hung the spear that he took from Nezumi Castle from the ceiling girder by its cord. Then he tied his arms and legs at the back of the warehouse with rope. However, he burnt off the rope on his right arm beforehand.
This allowed him to do whatever
In
he
doing
needed
so,
to do.
he made sure that only his right hand was free, while his remaining arm and legs were tied up. As he gripped the tip of the rope hanging over the ceiling girder with his left hand, he lay down face up, just beneath the dangling spear. But this was just the beginning of Nagito's plan. And then, he did something no one could have predicted. First, he covered his mouth with duct tape, and after making sure he was unable to scream,
Oh, God. Just the thought of that.
he stabbed himself with the knife multiple times in his left arm and in both of his thighs.
Like, the wounds look so vicious as well on his corpse.
Finally,
And then he does this. Freaking hell.
he propped the knife on the plushie and slammed his right hand onto the blade.
God.
He didn't just want us to think he was tied up. He also wanted us to think he'd been tortured. Through all this, Nagito never let go of the spear.
Somehow.
His plan still wasn't over. In fact, it was just about to begin. Meanwhile, we finally arrived at the plushie factory and found Nagito's message. After seeing his message, we instantly made our way to the warehouse. But that was part of Nagito's plan. We opened
Close
the door
the
to the
fire.
warehouse, which inadvertently started the Monokuma panel domino effect. The panels fell one after another until they reached the lighter, tipped it over, and ignited the curtain. Shocked by the sudden fire, we rushed to the factory's break room to obtain some fire-extinguishing grenades. We then aimed for the fire's origin point, which was the curtain, and unloaded the entire supply. It never occurred to us that one of those grenades was the poison grenade that Nagito had prepared.
It's even worse that it's just one person. If it was all of us, like, oh, how could he?
The poison sank to the floor, instantly vaporizing due to the intense heat, and spread everywhere. The poison gas quickly drifted to the curtain at the back of the warehouse, where Nagito was. Also, Monokuma's poison has a unique quality in which it becomes heavier than air when vaporized. That poison gas completely surrounded the area where Nagito lay face up on the floor. There, Nagito inhaled the poison, and if it didn't instantly kill him, he certainly lost consciousness,
Right. I was about to say, maybe the poison never reached him because it was so dense.
which caused him to let go of the rope in his left hand, and the falling spear plunged into his stomach. This is all the information related to Nagito's plan.
And how are we gonna solve this, Chiaki?
His true intention was to set one of us up as the killer. At this time, we still don't know who the killer is, because the killer wasn't aware they killed someone. Try as we might, we cannot reach that truth. That was Nagito's trap. In conclusion, the fact that we can't determine the killer's identity
We're trapped.
This should be the truth behind Nagito's trap.
How about it, Chiaki? Will that help you figure out who the killer is?
We need to help her, guys.
Chiaki?
Just as I thought. It's impossible, isn't it?
You say we just have to vote for someone?
But if Monokuma knows, surely Monami does too, but she's lost her powers.
What Hajime said is probably true. That's part of the reason why I thought it was a little strange.
What now?
Did Nagito really not care who the killer was?
No, he must have. He must have wanted the traitor. Huh? But how did he force the traitor to do it?
He said this to us earlier.
It's going to be fine. Motherfucker. Oh my god. You're shitting me. You're shitting me. It's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure everything will work out in the end. After all, there's no way hope can lose. Absolute hope that can break through any despair can never lose in a place like this. And not only that, I believe in you all. I believe in the time we spent together.
That feeling of belief is at the heart of his trick.
He's counting on his luck that the killer will be the traitor. You're fucking kidding me.
He believed we'd notice the fire grenades. He believed we'd try to extinguish the flames. And he believed we'd fall into his trap. By believing in us, Nagito was able to put his life-threatening plan into effect.
What do you mean, believe?
If we believe in his luck, which he was relying on...
And what's wrong with that?
There's one more thing, remember? Something that Nagito believed in from the bottom of his heart. I want you to try to remember what that is.
Oh my god. What Nagito believed in?
I see!
Certainly wasn't me.
Nagito believed in his talent as the ultimate lucky student.
After all the time we've spent together, I believe in you guys. And more than anything, I believe in my ultimate luck. So, it's definitely going to be alright.
Guess the last thing he could believe in was his own talent.
That's not so strange, really. Most of us here have been relying on the same thing.
Except me.
But, in his case, it was pretty remarkable, wasn't it? It almost seemed like he had blind faith in it.
Well, it hadn't failed him up until this point, had it? He'd gotten the short straw. He survived that Russian roulette. What else happened? Like, his luck is just incredible. He won the rock, paper, scissors to get the deluxe room.
You're right. The same thing happened when he cleared the final dead room at the funhouse.
It's surely not a coincidence. Monokuma must be behind this somehow. If Monokuma has ultimate power... It wasn't life-threatening at all. It was just a little escape game that ended with some Russian roulette. Russian roulette? It's a game where you load one bullet in a gun, spin the cylinder, point it toward you, and pull the trigger. So, you really did it. Ah, so that's how you're supposed to play it. So it would have been fine if I had only used one bullet, huh? I guess it was just as Monami said. Huh? I misunderstood and thought I had to take one bullet out of the cylinder. So that's how I did it. You only had a 1 in 6 chance of surviving? Just like right now, we only have a 1 in 6 chance of getting the answer right. But I'm still alive. After all, the only thing good about me is how lucky I am. And he did the same thing when the first killing happened at the old building near the hotel. He depended on his luck and was able to get cleaning duty just as he wanted. Exactly. That's right. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty. You relied on your luck? It's not just luck. It's true my talent is trash, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know. Huh? I'm left with the red mark? For someone called the ultimate lucky student, you don't seem very lucky right now. At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky, but it was actually the opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty, just like I wanted.
But his luck doesn't have anything to do with the case this time, right?
I just thought... It was strange that it doesn't connect to anything.
No, it does. Huh?
He factored in his belief in us. But for some reason, he didn't factor in his own luck. No, there's no way. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about.
What would he have wanted more than anything else? Who would he have wanted the killer to be?
What did he do?
You know, he wasn't just after anybody. He probably had a target. A target he was aiming for all along. A person to set up as the killer.
A target? Who?
The target's true identity. Even Nagito didn't know it.
So he was bluffing when he said he did.
That's why he relied on being the ultimate lucky student. and incorporated that luck into his plan.
This was how he was going to find the traitor. This is what he meant by sacrificing his own life.
As long as he had his luck, he believed the target he was after would pick up the fire grenade.
You mean he left his plan to luck?
How twisted is that? That's so freaking awesome.
He risked his
In
life
a bad
for
way
that?
for us, though.
He probably risked his life just so his ultimate luck could decide this.
Who is it? Who's the target Nagito is after?
No, I don't even have to ask. I should already know what the answer is.
I see! That's it. The traitor. Nagito was after the traitor, huh?
Oh god. Who I think that's the traitor.
Then he relied on his luck to weed out the traitor?
Nagito didn't know who the traitor was until the very end. All he could do was rely on his own luck.
That means he would have died not knowing who the traitor was, and it's up to us.
Then what he said in his video message.
It won't work with just any student handbook. If you want to disarm that bomb, you have to use the traitor's student handbook. To be honest, I found out who the traitor was after secretly monitoring everyone's activity. But I was a little annoyed that they never came forward.
So he was just bluffing.
That's probably true. By that point, his plan should have already been in motion.
Then, it's just as Nagito said at the beginning. His purpose was to weed out the traitor. If we just believed in what Nagito said, we would have reached that answer much quicker. The reason this took so damn long, was it really because we didn't believe in him?
But if he just wanted to out the traitor, he didn't have to go this far and make that person the killer.
Apparently so.
Damn it! We're all in a huge bind because of that.
Now we need to figure out who the traitor is, and if that's who I think it is.
It means he wants us to beat the traitor.
By finding out who the traitor is, our hopes will shine even brighter by overcoming that despair.
That's exactly what he would have said.
That's something he'd say.
Exactly.
Mon ami, it looks like you've got something you want to say. But you better just keep your mouth shut.
Oh jeez.
And that concludes my argument. Nagito's plan was to make the traitor kill him. What are you gonna do? Are you guys gonna believe me?
I believe you. He relied on his luck to aim for a target, but he didn't even know who he was aiming for. It sounds way too unbelievable to have actually happened, but
The only thing we can do is believe.
it's the only explanation. But we've seen some strange things on this island. Nagito's luck. It's gotta be real. But it must be something that's being controlled.
If we don't, then we'd just be relying on our luck when we cast our votes.
But how do you control this?
But even if we do believe, what should we do?
Oh my god, I don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, if we don't know who the target is, there's no way we can even vote.
You are absolutely right. It is hard to think the traitor would reveal themselves now.
Yep.
If, by chance, the traitor revealed themselves during that bomb scare, what would have happened?
I know.
Would it have stopped Nagito from acting so reckless?
Huh?
But they couldn't help it. Even if they wanted to reveal themselves, they couldn't do it
What do you mean?
because they weren't created to do that.
What?
Chiaki?
What's wrong, Chiaki? Get a hold of yourself! That's why I want you guys to guess.
You want us to guess?
Kiss.
Yeah, I want you to guess.
What? What does that mean?
What are you talking about, Jackie?
Who do you think it is, Hajime? Who do you think the Future Foundation sent to infiltrate your group as the traitor?
Don't make me say it.
Why?
Don't make me say it.
A traitor who's not allowed to think that they're different from everyone else.
Why?
A traitor who can only interact with everyone as a traitor.
Why?
Because that's the nature of their existence. They can only exist as a traitor.
Seriously, why?
Who do you think is the traitor?
Don't.
Hajime, please.
Don't make me say it. Don't make me say it. No. Don't make me say it. Don't. No. 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 No.